I wasn't familiar with this man Cervantes. Okay,
bro.
I didn't realize that he was really that guy. I thought he was just some regular priest that would come in, do his little robotics.
You know what I'm saying?
But he came in and he showed me that he's the real deal. And I really thought this man Jester was about to come and show him some, but I was totally wrong.
I'm just happy that it's not just Jester that's one of the masters that actually can scrap by himself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's good to see that there's other people that really don't even need their servant for real. Because when he first threw that coffee on him, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, oh, he's cooked. He's done.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, that was a little disrespectful, man.
Bro, they was making Jester look like he was Prime Gojo in the first episode. Nobody could even touch him. I was just like, oh. Y'all need help, bro. He just whipped his own servant and whipped all y'all. Like, what are you supposed to do about that? But Hansa, he said, nah, bro. You're a what? A vampire? In front of me? We can't let that slide. To the point where even Jester was like, yo, aren't you supposed to be overseeing? Like, why are you fighting me, bro?
So you're going against your whole duties.
Facts. He said, nah, what kind of priest would I be if I let a vampire slide on my watch? I was like,
Aura.
Yeah, let him get off. I think what's crazy is, like, initially I was like, maybe he just sucker punched him, but like 100% he was going just straight toe to toe with this vampire. We know the vampire got super strength, super speed, but Hansa might have been faster, bro.
I mean, I'm gonna say he sucker punched him into that wall.
Yeah, but
he was just moving so fast
with no weapons. Even when his swords broke, his arms didn't. He was just whooping him straight up, bro. I should have known. As soon as he kicked that chair, I was like, oh yeah.
Bro, he threw the couch at him at full speed. Imagine it's just a heavy couch coming at you full speed
at 100 miles per hour.
And the fact that he kicked it so high up in the air, yeah, this man in the wrong thing, wrong field. Man. He should be a punter.
Bro, they need to write a fable about this man. He should get summoned in the next Grail War. But he was moving that crazy, man. And he had these like cool little dagger knives that he got looking like Wolverine when he's wielding them. And at first when he was fighting with that, I was like, oh, he low-key nice with the swords, you know what I'm saying? He was getting a little bit of damage off. But when they broke, I was like, oh, what's he made of? Apparently steel. Because this man got straight robotics. So he said like 70% of his body is made of consecrated metal. So I'm assuming that's like probably metal blessed with holy water or something. I don't know. Whatever it is, bro. He Iron Man in this joint, man. He's just a full-on cyborg.
Yeah, this man Jester like punched him in the arm and like all his fingers fell off.
Yeah. I know he looked at that like, I would do.
He was mad. He's like, you got a whole prosthetic, bro? Like,
me.
You for real, right?
You gotta tell people about that. Hey, man. It was tough. It was tough.
And then he was like, hey, man, I fight monsters for a living, so I gotta have some.
I gotta be locked in. And honestly, locked in he was. Because the way they animated it, even when they knocked him out of the building, I know you saw that transition. That was buttery, bro. He knocked him out the building, and then like you see Jester flying, and then out of nowhere you see Cervantes right behind him hopping on the light lines. I was like, oh, this is animation. Like, this is crazy, bro. And he was just pacing him up the whole way out of there, man. To the point where Jester just started throwing cars. I feel like he ran out of his bag. He said, hold up, man. Let me just throw some of these at you, man.
Bro, his strength is still insane, though.
Yeah.
Just imagine you just ran.
Flicking cars is kind of crazy.
Bro, he's just pushing them, and they're just like... that don't even make sense for real.
You're right. Like, I ain't even gonna lie.
Like, I get that our boy Cervantes is slicing the cars in half at full speed, which is insane.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's still throwing these cars at him, like, it's nothing, though.
It's the finger flick of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing if you see him do, like, a whole shoulder movement. He just,
yeah.
Like, bro. God, these two are just OD. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Cervantes has a little bit of a edge on him just because as a church member, maybe like he's like trained to like fight vampires.
Yeah, he has to be.
And he's an executor apparently, right? Mm-hmm. That's like, I guess the role he normally plays. Normally. So he was just sitting there like, oh, this ain't even fair, bro. You top tier. And he said that he might be like one of this other organization. It was like the burial assembly or something. Yeah. And as soon as he said that, bro,
he got a little upset. I don't know if he thought of it in disgust, like you really compared me to them, or he noticed that's what he actually is.
It was glaze. He was glazing it. He was no, I could never be one of them. How dare you say I'd be one of them? They're the GOATs. Like, it was like watching the LeBron fan. Like you slander LeBron in front of them. They're like he just started like heating up. Like, I don't know if you saw that, bro. Like, he started like making a crater in the ground. And he was just like stancing up into it. I was just like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, Jester. you're cold, but you might have to get up out of here. And he did.
He did do that.
He for sure got up out of there. And the crazy thing is like, he wasn't gonna let him go. So Hansa low-key threw his arm out there, almost like stretched it out. I don't even know he could
Have
do
you
that.
seen Space Jam before?
Man,
When Michael Jordan dunked it at the end?
low-key.
That's exactly
Type.
what I saw.
And like initially he didn't like reach it, but then his wrist opened up and shot like a rocket launcher out of there and blasted homie.
That part was insane. When I saw that, I was like, bro, this man has everything. That reminds me, he used the chainsaw to run up the wall for the building. I know you saw that, right?
That was sick.
It came out of his leg, bro.
Yeah.
And okay.
You can't copy Chainsaw Man like that. Chill out now.
That wasn't.
Y'all didn't need to give him that. He could have just ran up that joint. He looked crazy.
He wanted an aura farm, bro.
That was straightforward. That was completely unnecessary, but he could get with that. You feel me? But that fight, pure cinema. I ain't even gonna lie. They started off that episode with pure heat. Now the crazy thing is, while they're fighting, we see Gilgamesh just in the car, chilling with his master. You know what I'm saying? And he peeps it, and they're like, "Yo, like, what could be happening?" I feel like he's not really giving her info in a sense, because he was just like, I don't know. But you can tell like he knew exactly what happened, right? And the whole time this fight's happening, like low-key, like 18 different people are monitoring it. The bell tower in London's monitoring what's going on. What's his name? Is it Flats? The blonde dude, who I think his servant's probably Jack the Berserker.
You're talking about the one that was on the news
Yes.
this last second? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because one, he said his servant's name. He said he was talking to like his watch. And he was like Jack, and then the servant was like, "Yo, like, why you say my government name in public like that? I don't like that." You feel me? And I'm like, what's another famous Jack? That would be Berserker. You know what I'm saying? Jack the Reaper, Jack and the Beanstalk. Like, who else we gonna put in there?
It's not a bad take.
You know what I'm saying? Let's say Jack Sparrow.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hey, man, that's ball knowledge right there.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be that. So like I think Jack the Ripper just makes the most sense as who his servant is. This might be something that was in episode 0, but we haven't watched it yet. We need to. So don't kill us if I'm incorrect. You know what I'm saying? But either way, man, I ain't gonna lie. They was doing a whole lot of aura farming in this episode, man. And when you even skip forward, right, and we saw Gilgamesh talking to his servant. This part is always a little bit confusing because I feel like because we didn't watch episode 0, we're missing a little bit more of their dynamic and like how their relationship really like started. But I guess her whole thing is she's trying to get this land back for her ancestors, because the land where the city was built, like her ancestors used to be her ancestors' land. And Gilgamesh was just like, "Yo, I ain't gonna lie, your goal is to take the land back, right?" And she was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Why don't I just blow up the city? Like, just wipe them out, and then it's all yours again." And she was like, "That just makes me the same as them." And he was like,
And?
I was like, "Yo."
He said that was a whack answer.
He said, "They're just mongrels." I was like, damn. I don't know what version of Gilgamesh this is, but this is not the wise King Gilgamesh. This is just pure arrogance. This man does not care about anybody the way he's moving right now. But I just feel like this episode just had so many moving parts, man. We haven't even talked about what happened with Saber, right? Because we find out that this man Flats, he's the disciple of what's it called? The head of the Magic Association, the Mage Tower in London, right? And so because his disciple went off and did this apparently without permission, right? He was just sitting there like, dang, bro, like I really haven't checked on him, but let me just go see the text thread real quick, what he's been up to. And so he sees what the dude's been talking about. He was just like, of course, he went and summoned freaking Berserker somehow. Like, this guy's a genius, but he's also stupid. But it should be fine. It should be fine. And he was like, hey, Flats was like, look at this serpent I took a picture of. As soon as his instructor saw Gilgamesh, he said,
abort mission.
he said, and he had like a flashback. So he's definitely been in a Grail war before.
With him, yeah.
You might have to get up out of there, bro. Like, he got so stressed immediately. So that just already tells you, like, Gilgamesh is just known for just being a problem. No matter what Grail war he's in, win or lose, he gonna be part of the decision. You know what I'm saying? And so right after that, I'm seeing they're like, okay, that's a little bit more aura for my boy Gil. You know, they always farming on him. And then we see this dude walk up on a mountainside, right? Pulls out a bow and just shoots an arrow. We don't really see where it's going initially, right? But we just see him let one fly. And mind you, he's far as hell from anything, from like the way they like showed his distance, right? Tell me why he was aiming at Gilgamesh.
I mean, it was gonna hit homegirl though.
Yeah, but Gilgamesh right there. You know he's not gonna take it as that.
I mean, maybe he'll grab it out the air with his hand. You know what I'm saying? He might do it. Who knows?
I'm not even worried about damage being done to Gilgamesh. I just feel like I don't think homie was being very smart. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, bro, Archer's dead.
You said it was Archer. I'm praying that you correct.
He got a bow and arrow. If he's not Archer, if he's Lancer, then I... Honestly, if he's Lancer, that makes sense because normally Lancers get killed first in the most stupid way in every Grail war. So this might be Lancer. You might be correct. Because I ain't gonna lie, shooting at Gilgamesh, like without him being weakened first, or you just being like a heroic spirit of that caliber.
So wait, what did
stupid.
What did that have to do with the police people summoning that one thing though at the same time that he was shooting the arrow?
So I don't think that had to do with them. I think they just put the scenes next to each other.
I don't know why they did that. That messed me up.
Nah, the reason why I'm thinking that is because when the Magic Tower dude was talking about the Grail War and how it's strange, he said that there was only supposed to be 6 heroes and Saber wasn't supposed to be there. But he saw the picture of Richard. I got it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? He saw the picture of Richard and he said, that's a Saber. So why is there a Saber unless this wasn't even the real Grail War and they're essentially using the first 6 as a catalyst for the real Grail War and they're going to summon more heroes? So Richard's potentially part of the second Grail War, not the first one. And the first 6, including Gilgamesh, are essentially part of like the fake beginning, like the fake start. So maybe there might be like 12 heroes in this season, which is crazy.
That's a little overwhelming, but
yeah, I'm saying 12 to 13 heroes because normally I think it's like 7 heroes for Grail War. So I don't know. It looks like it's gonna be crazy, and I think that's what that guy was doing. Remember, because the police people are the ones running the Grail War, low-key. So I'm thinking he was trying to summon like the next batch of heroes, and at first he thought his summon failed, but then he sees a note next to one of those puppets in that room that says, "Art thou my master?" So he summoned something.
Hopefully they don't turn against him, man. Who knows?
Like I said, it's possible because this man Gilgamesh, when he was talking to his master, he said, hopefully, like, what's the difference between like these people and the mongrel that summoned me first? So it sounds like she somehow took over his contract. And I wouldn't put it outside of Gilgamesh to kill his master if he thinks his master's lame.
I don't think he would do that to her though. Not right now anyway.
No, not to her, but I'm saying whoever summoned him first might have just been like, had like a lame way of viewing life. That's how the Gilgamesh is. He either needs somebody to just be subservient to him, like even though you're his master, you gotta act like kind of how she acts to him. She'd be bowing down whenever he says shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you either gotta give him like utmost respect or he'll low-key kill you, or he gotta like agree with your ambition. So that like he cares enough to like help you get it done. You know what I'm saying? That's how he usually goes when it comes to his masters. And yeah, apparently whoever summoned him first didn't cut it.
Yeah, we got it.
You might have just blown him up off the spot. But either way, man, this was a fire episode. I ain't gonna lie. At least for me. What would you rate it?
I'm gonna give it a 10, man. That man Hansa was cooking.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Off the first half, it's already a 10. Everything else was just tough, but that first part was peak. I can't wait to see more of him. I think he has a servant.
Hansa?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because who were those girls? Were these part of the church?
Who knows?
I didn't know the church was hiring goth mom. He's like, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? And he looked right. I was just like,
it's not a bad theory either.
I don't know.
But they'll tell us.
Yeah, we'll find out, man. Actually, don't spoil us, though. Because y'all be spoiling us like with Richard. He ain't even said his name yet, by the way.
Hey, man.
How are we supposed to know that? You know what I'm saying? We're first-time Fate watchers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all assume.
No, we're first-time strange fake watchers.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, how would you know that based off of watching Fate Zero? You wouldn't know that. You feel me? So, yeah, try not to spoil us, y'all. Obviously, we're not mad about it, but at the same time, like, I get it. Y'all be real passionate about it, but we genuinely didn't know. He even said in the episode, I'm not going to tell you my name right now. And then y'all cooked me and told me his name. It is what it is, though. This is a fire episode. Let us know what y'all think about the episode down below. Aside from that, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all. Peace.